G'day YouTube, Ranger Oz here. I want to talk a little seriously for a minute. A lot of people are going to say I'm overreacting for this on this one, but with all the threats and actual people following through on this, I think it needs to be done. It needs to be said, and I'm sure people a lot more influential than I have said it. I know Harrison Ford's definitely approached it, but I'm going to say it myself because it's happened to me over the last week and it ticked me off a little bit. So, there are people around the world, it's not just in any one country, around the world who decided when after going to the midnight releases of Force Awakening or Force Awakens to spoil the movie for those who weren't smart enough to go and see it on opening night. I had a guy on my Facebook, notice the word had, who decided to spoil one of the movie's plots and twists on his Facebook because I don't know, he thought it was funny. He was thought he was helping. I don't quite understand why, but he did. And I didn't get too mad. I asked him why he thought that was a good idea and didn't get a response. I didn't get too mad simply because it was his wall. He can post what he wanted. It just happened to pop up on my timeline. Yeah, right. You do you, buddy. If that's what you want, if that's the kind of person you want to be, go for it. And then I posted a picture of my movie ticket this afternoon when I went, or this morning I should say, or yesterday morning I should say. Um, when I was going to see the movie. So I went in, turned my phone off as you're supposed to, came out, turned my phone on, looked at Facebook. The guy had posted a couple of spoilers this time for the movie right under someone's comment that they hadn't seen it yet, knowing I was about to go in because I hadn't seen it yet either. And it was at that point I've gone unfriend, delete comment. And like I said, people are going to say you're overreacting. It's just a movie spoiler. And yeah, maybe I am overreacting. Maybe I'm just doing. Maybe I'm just. I don't know. Maybe I'm not seeing where this is supposed to be funny or helpful or anything like that. But I mean, okay, for me personally, Star Wars is one of my favorite movie franchises of all time. I grew up on Star Wars. My dad, I think my mum and dad's first date, if I remember the story correctly, was to a Star Wars premiere or a Star Wars movie. Right? I've grown up with it. It's a big part of my life, really. That sounds weird, but it is. And it's the same for a lot of people. And a lot of people were really excited um, about this movie. People like me who grew up with it, it's a really big thing. And what those people didn't need were these. I'm going to use something a friend of mine suggested, which apparently comes from Blade Trinity. So thank you, Ryan Reynolds. These horse humping thunder cunts decide that it's going to be oh so hilarious to spoil the movie. At what point is this reasonable? Why do you even think that this is a thing that you should be doing? I don't Get it. I mean, is this a thing we're going to have to be careful now with now? Movies come out and these dick ball McDouche nozzles come in and just decide that they're going to ruin the fun for everyone by spoiling the end of the movie because F you guys, I want my 5 minutes of internet fame. The only thing you're proving is that that single brain cell in your head is getting lonely. Probably just like you are. That's a horrible thing to say, but it just makes no sense why you would do that, and people haven't seen it, but you're going to do it anyway because, oh, it's funny, ha ha ha, look at me. Or, oh, I want to make a point. Or, oh, if Disney does, this is an actual reason, by the way. If Disney doesn't reinstate the extended universe, I'm going to spoil the movie. You guys in particular, what makes you think Disney's going to care? Right? They know people are going to see it. Last check, Force Awakens was well on its way to breaking. Ooh, video just finished rendering. Oops. To breaking a lot of box office records, if it hasn't already. I think it's already made like $500 million in the box office. Right? Disney doesn't care if you decide that you're going to ruin other people's fun because they're doing something you don't like. All right? And, like I said, guy on my Facebook wall, who was formerly a Facebook friend, did do it twice. Once right under, on my page, not on his, on mine, right under someone who said, "Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to see it, later this week." Right? He seriously, like, decided that, like I said, you noticed that I mentioned I haven't given him a name. I've called him Dickball McDouche Nozzle or Horse Humping Thunder Cunt or, any number of other derogatory terms. Because I'm not going to give this guy any fame. I'm going to call him out on what he is, a moron who thinks that spoiling a movie is funny or helpful or something. I don't know. He he spoiled a pretty big part of the movie that would have been a lot more emotionally charged if I didn't know it was coming. I'm not going to go any further than that. People who have seen the movie will know what I'm talking about, and people who haven't seen the movie will know what I'm talking about when you get to the part. Or if you've already had it spoilt by these traveling douchebags who decided that it'll be a funny thing or a helpful thing or it'll get Disney's freaking attention if they spoiled the movie. None of those things. If you're going to do a spoiler, warn people, do the spoiler spaces, do separate videos, whatever. Let people know. If you're just going to go straight on Facebook and say, boom, that's what happens in the movie, you're an idiot and you should be banned from the internet. I know that never happened, but that's just, my opinion is you're an idiot. And I don't see why you would think this is a funny thing to do. It's really not. And stop. Just take um Harrison Ford's advice. Just stop. Don't do it. Now I know there are going to be a lot of people who are going to think this is hilarious and they're going to decide to spoil the movie in my comment section. I am going to delete the comment. I'm just letting you know. Until this Blu-ray comes out, any spoiler comments for Star Wars: The Force Awakens that end up on my comment for this video or any of my other videos for that matter, I'll be deleting them. So don't bother because I don't think it should be spoiled. And for those of you who are waiting for it, it's just not right.